But
Listen, first look at what a John Summerall program is how it's gonna be run, how the team's gonna look, right? So there's gonna be a lot to unpack in regards to reacting to this game, but in regards to expectations going into this game, there's some things we want to keep an eye on. So Buster Faulkner, offense, number one.
yes, sir.
It's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Billy's offense, it was more of like a checkbox. And what I mean by that, it was like, all right, we got Lagway in the back. He's gonna shift the tight ends. Once the tight end sets, he's gonna motion the receiver. All right. They're gonna freeze. They're gonna look to the sideline, get a different play. He's gonna send the running back out. Like I just feel like there was a checklist to get accomplished before even getting the ball started. Right.
Yep.
And granted, I know Buster likes to move people around as well. But based on what you're hearing, what you've seen, or what you think, how's this Buster? What do you think this Buster's offense is go? How much different is it going to look from Billy's?
Yeah, I think as a Gators fan, especially if you've endured the pain of the past few seasons of Billy Napier offense, you're right. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The way I can relate it to is that it's like you got a Ferrari that's in the garage and you're waxing it, you're checking the oil, everything's good, and then you take it out, you pull it back into the driveway, and you get out. Like you did nothing with it. Like you did all that for nothing. Buster Faulkner, on the other hand, he's going to take that thing and he's going to be flying around. I mean, as fast as that thing can go, pedal to the metal. I think you're going to see a lot of rotations, a lot of movements. I think you're going to be able to mix it up. He's going to be able to do what he wants to do. If he wants to go fast with tempo and moving, and he's going to do it. If he wants to slow it down, if that's what Coach Summerall asked him to do, he'll do that as well. But I think that you're going to see, especially with, like the weapons that are on this offense, he's got to be like a kid in a candy shop. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a 180 degree difference. I can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be I'm so excited that sometimes I'm speechless, but you hear about like the weapons we got, right?
Yeah.
Receivers, running backs, and we don't just got weapons. We're deep. We're deep in the rotation when it comes to it, right? And the thing I like about Buster, right, that it sounds like he's able to adapt and really mold his offense around the type of team. Summerall said a lot in regards to like how the offense will look. It's going to depend on personnel and obviously the type of team we play, but I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. And we know we're going to see 10 personnel, right? That's no shot at the tight ends because Billy, 12, 13, 14, he loved having tight ends. And granted, that's his offense, okay? But we're going to get back to when we had like Percy Harvin and Chris Rainey and Demps and, all these guys on the field. We're going to get back to having speed on the field. Right.
Yep.
So that's what I'm excited to see when it comes to it. And obviously, we're not questioning the receivers or the running backs, right? Do you have any questions in regards to the O-line at all? I'm gonna get into quarterback, but in regards to the O-line, like, are you concerned, or what are you looking to see this weekend?
Well, my thing with the O-line is, number one, I trust Troutline. That's the biggest thing. I think the guys that he brought in, you got a bunch of fans that are questioning who he brought in. I'm like, this dude is who he is for a reason. He knows what he's bringing in. I'm nervous about depth. I'm very nervous about depth there. I think that who our starting five will end up being, I think that it's going to be a legit five. Do I think that they're going to be a take you to the national championship offensive line? No, I don't. But I'm not as worried about the offensive line because of having, number one, Trout is going to have them in a sense where I guess you could say good enough. But then when you have an offensive mind like Buster Faulkner, he, like you said, he can adapt. So he's like, okay, let me talk to Coach Trout. How is this offensive line? How long do you think that they can hold? Like if we're going against Georgia, they got some real killers over there. They got Tennessee, got some real killers, whatever the case may be. How long do you think they can stand there and keep our quarterback upright for? With that, I think the connection with the two and being able to communicate, I'm not stressing, honestly, the O-line as much. Now, if the going gets tough, now I'm getting a little nervous, but overall, I'm not that worried about it.
No, I hear you. You mentioned Georgia. I got one of my good friends in the chat who's a Georgia fan. He thinks we should have some more some red and black on the screen. I think Buster's enough. I think Buster's enough.
Yeah,
So
I think that can't happen. That can't happen.
no, absolutely. And listening to Buster, he sounds like he's a no nonsense type of guy. Like he
Yeah.
even made the comment like shouldn't be able to block a guy on the line shouldn't be like an excuse or something along the lines of that. So I think as long as you said, I think as long as we're good enough, we got the weapons that'll take it. Right. We got the weapons that'll take it. Obviously, Eric Singleton, right?
Yep.
Bailey Stockton, Vernon, Dallas if he gets healthy. But what people don't realize is that we still got some other guys in the chamber that could come and do that as well too. What are your thoughts on some of the other guys that may get into the rotation, or we may not even see in the starting lineup, but they could still pop a play?
Yeah. So honestly, it's like it's kind of a crazy wealth that we have at wide receiver. Like I feel like we went from last year where we had some receivers to now I'm like one of the top 4 receivers last year is now so far back in the depth chart that we don't even speak about him in Abrams. But I think Davion Gross.
You forget about Abrams too.
Davion Gross is one that no one even like. He's not talked about enough right now just because of what we have in front of him. Yeah. Marquez Daniel. I mean, you look at him in the practice clips, the spring clips. I'm like, that's a grown man. That is not a freshman. There's no way. Check his birth certificate. He's got to be at least 30. But those two right there, just being as far back as they are in the depth chart, they're young bucks. They're gonna learn behind these guys. But I still think they're gonna get some burn. They're gonna get some play time. I think that you might see Davion Gross punt return, maybe.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it. But yeah, those two right there, honestly, are who I'm looking the most forward to at this spring game.
Yeah,
the others, we know what they do. We know what they're bringing. But those two, man, oh man.
Yeah, and it's almost like can we? I know it's an air raid scheme. I know it's the air raid fundamentals. It's almost like, can we just go empty and just let this thing rock, right?
Yeah.
Bubble screens could be quick game extension of the run, right? Lighting up the box for Jaden. Like, it's going to be interesting how the rotational players, how they fit in, because even you look in the running back room, one guy I'm personally excited about is Evan Pryor. Because I think he is you're going to get Jaden, who's a little bit of everything. And then if he needs a break, Evan could come in and literally you go from shotgun, you could to empty, jet sweep. Like he's gonna be able to really advance what this offense is gonna look like.
Yeah. I mean, it's the proper 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go to me, it gives you the vibes of like a David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs type feel, where Jaden Ball, I mean, you know what he can do. He's a jack of all trades. I've actually compared him more so to Josh Jacobs in the NFL because he can run, he can catch, he can break away. I mean, he does everything you need him to do. Yeah. But I mean, David Montgomery's that way too. Whereas like Jahmyr Gibbs, you got the speed side of it. That's Evan Pryor. It's something that I'm like, it's a different dynamic, right? Yeah. And just the clips we've gotten where you got Ball pitching it to Pryor.
Yeah.
Ball thrown it to Pryor. I'm like, what is this? Now I'm like, how do we get here? Right. And the depth at running back too is insane. Duke Clark is another one that's not even spoke about. Like, I'm like, you have so many running backs in that room that it's just, I mean, we really do. We're spoiled right now.
Yeah.
To the point
we don't even know it.